It was Thursday at 6:15 p.m. I was standing in front of the mirror, adjusting my collar for the third time when the text came through. "Hey, I'm so sorry. Something came up with work and I'm completely exhausted. Can we rain check?" Followed by a sad emoji and a promise that she was really looking forward to seeing you. I stared at the screen. The restaurant reservation was in 45 minutes. I had already driven 20 minutes toward her side of town, but she sounded genuinely sorry. She was overwhelmed. She was exhausted. These things happen, right? So I did what I thought was the understanding, high-value thing to do. I absorbed the cancellation with grace. I told her, "No worries at all. Take care of yourself. Let's reschedule soon." I sent a funny meme about work stress to show I wasn't upset. I made it clear I was unbothered. She never rescheduled. Not that week, not the next. When I finally suggested a specific day, she took 3 hours to reply with, "I think I'm just really busy with my career right now." And I realized, too late, that the cancellation wasn't an emergency. It was a test, and I had failed by passing it. If you've ever had a woman cancel on you last minute claiming exhaustion, work drama, or mysterious something came up situations, only to watch her interest evaporate the moment you act understanding, you've been caught in the compliance trap. It's the most counterintuitive dynamic in modern dating because it punishes the very behavior we think women want: flexibility, patience, and emotional safety. This happened to me with a woman named Vanessa. We had matched on Hinge 3 weeks prior. Great banter. She was initiating texts. She sent me photos of her dog. She suggested the restaurant herself. This Italian place downtown that required reservations 2 weeks out. I booked it. I confirmed the morning of. She seemed excited. And then, 2 hours before, the cancellation text. Not a call. Not an offer to reschedule immediately. Just a withdrawal of energy and an invitation for me to prove how little I valued my own time. The misread is thinking she was actually exhausted. She might have been, but that's not why she canceled. She canceled to see what I would do. She wanted to observe whether I would accept the downgrade or whether I would maintain my standards. By saying, "No worries," I signaled that my time was worthless, that my boundaries were permeable, and that I was so desperate for her approval that I wouldn't even require her to show up. I thought I was being the cool guy. She interpreted it as, "This man has no options and no self-respect." Let me break down the psychology of the compliance trap. In 2026 dating culture, especially among women 26-35 who have been through multiple cycles of dating disappointment, there is a specific anxiety about male weakness. They are terrified of committing to a man who turns out to be a doormat. So they test compliance. They create a small obstacle, a minor disrespect, a moment where you have to choose between being nice and being respected. If you choose nice, you fail. Not because she wants a jerk, but because she wants a man who values himself more than he values her temporary comfort. This isn't conscious manipulation. She isn't sitting there cackling and twisting a mustache. It's an unconscious biological filter. Can this man withstand my chaos? Can he hold his shape when I push against him? Or will he collapse into people-pleasing mush the moment I apply pressure? Women test compliance because they need to know, before they invest emotionally, that you have a backbone stronger than their moods. Here are the 3 signs that her cancellation was a test, not a real emergency, so you can spot the compliance trap before you fail it. Sign 1, the last-minute pattern. Did she cancel within the window where you can't make other plans, but late enough that you'd already invested energy? Real emergencies don't conveniently happen 2 hours before dinner during your shower. They happen in the morning, or the day before, or with genuine panic and an immediate offer to reschedule. The test cancellation always comes at the precise moment of maximum inconvenience, not early enough for you to adjust, not late enough to be a true emergency. It's designed to catch you mid-investment, so she can see if you'll abandon your own plans to accommodate her absence. Sign 2, the vague reschedule. After canceling, does she offer a specific alternative, "I'm free Tuesday at 7, same place," or does she leave it floating in the ether with "let's reschedule soon," or "I'll let you know when things calm down"? A real excuse comes with repair. A test comes with withdrawal. If she doesn't immediately suggest a concrete replacement plan, she isn't trying to preserve the connection, she's trying to see if you'll chase her to preserve it. Chasing fails the test. It proves you'll work harder for her than she will for you. Sign 3, the emotional monitor. Does she watch your reaction closely? Does she text something like, "I hope you're not mad at me," or "I feel terrible, please don't hate me," or any phrasing that puts the emotional burden on you to comfort her for canceling on you? This is the trap within the trap. She's not just testing if you'll accept the cancellation, she's testing if you'll perform emotional labor to make her feel better about having wasted your time. If you reassure her, if you say "no worries, I totally understand," you are now managing her feelings at the expense of your own dignity. You have become her emotional employee, not her romantic prospect. So here's the fix. It's called the standard response, and it feels terrifyingly risky because it violates everything we were taught about being the nice guy. When she cancels last minute with a vague excuse, you don't say, "No worries." You don't send memes. You don't chase, you say, "I understand things come up, but I was looking forward to seeing you, and I cleared my schedule. Let me know when you're free this week, and we can lock in a time that works for both of us." Then you stop. You don't text again. You don't check in. You don't validate her feelings about the cancellation she caused. You communicate, without anger but without flexibility, that your time has value and that rescheduling is her responsibility, not your project. This response does two critical things. First, it demonstrates that you have standards. You aren't a puppy waiting by the door regardless of when she decides to come home. Second, it gives her the opportunity to invest. If she actually wants to see you, she will reply with a specific day. If she was testing your compliance, she will evaporate because she knows she can't control you with chaos. Either way, you win. You either get a date with mutual respect, or you filter out a woman who wanted a doormat, not a partner. I failed this test 3 times before I learned. 3 different women, 3 last-minute cancellations, 3 no worries responses from me, 3 subsequent ghostings. I thought I was being understanding. I thought I was showing emotional intelligence, but I was showing that I had no floor, no minimum requirement for how I deserved to be treated. I was so afraid of being toxic or controlling that I let people control me with their inconsistency. With Vanessa, after I learned, I tried the standard response. She canceled, I sent the text. She replied 3 hours later with, "Wow, that seemed a little intense. I just had a hard day." She was trying to flip the script, making me the bad guy for having boundaries. I didn't reply. 2 days later, she texted, "Are you free Saturday? My treat this time." She showed up, she was on time, she apologized for the cancellation, and she never tested me that way again because she knew I wouldn't fold. Or maybe she just knew I had options. Either way, the dynamic shifted. I wasn't chasing anymore. We were meeting as equals, or not at all. You deserve someone who shows up, not someone who tests you. You deserve a partner who respects your time before you've earned it by proving your tolerance for disrespect. Drop standard in the comments if you're done failing the compliance test. Or drop folded if you've been the no worries guy one too many times. Stop being the backup plan that accepts last-minute cancellations. Start being the standard that requires presence.